Most people struggle with growth because they're trying to move forward while staying loyal to an identity that was built for a different stage of life. That tension creates exhaustion long before it creates results. And the real problem is misalignment between who someone believes that they are and the actions required for where they want to go. I've seen this in business and in my own personal life. The moment you decide you want more impact, more scale, more freedom, you introduce friction because the old version of you was designed to survive, not expand. Neville Goddard said, "You don't get what you want, you get what you assume to be true." And that isn't philosophy, it's physics and universal law. I'm Justin Kaiser, and over the last 24 years of building businesses with a recent exit of my franchise brand to a publicly traded company and working with founders, franchisors, and investors, I've personally experienced that assumption shapes behavior automatically. People act in ways that confirm who they believe themselves to be. And when their stated goals conflict with that identity, progress slows down without them even realizing why. Earl Nightingale warned that drifting is the default state of most people. Drifting doesn't look reckless. It looks reasonable. It looks like preparation, planning, and waiting. But all of it avoids the same thing, a clear decision about who you're becoming. Napoleon Hill called this lack of definiteness. People hesitate because definiteness removes optionality, and optionality feels safe. But safety doesn't produce momentum. Clarity does. Most people already know what they need to do, the conversation that they've been avoiding, the habit they've been negotiating with, the decision they've postponed. They aren't confused, they're conflicted. Acting would require becoming someone unfamiliar, more visible, more accountable, more exposed. And the nervous system resists unfamiliarity even when the decision is positive. So the mind delays. It substitutes planning for commitment. It replaces decision with research. And that creates the illusion of progress while protecting the old identity. This is why so many capable people feel tired all the time. Not because they're doing too much, but because they're operating out of alignment. When your actions are consistent with who you believe yourself to be, effort feels lighter even when the work is demanding. When your actions conflict with identity, every step feels heavy. Neville Goddard taught that assumption becomes fact. Most people assume growth must be stressful and that success must involve struggle. Those assumptions quietly dictate behavior, and then your behavior reinforces your identity, and your identity confirms the assumption, and then the loop continues over and over again. Earl Nightingale said, "Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal." Progressive means daily alignment. Most people wait for permission to change. But permission is internal. It's the moment you stop asking whether you're allowed to step into the next version of yourself. Growth feels uncomfortable at first because it's unfamiliar, not because it's wrong. Napoleon Hill wrote that the turning point in most lives come when someone stops being a spectator and becomes a participant. That decision is quiet, it's internal, and it is rarely celebrated. But it changes everything because once identity shifts, your behavior follows naturally. Discipline stops feeling forced. Motivation becomes less important because alignment is what does the work. The truth is, you already know what to do. The delay isn't about clarity. It's about letting go of an identity that once kept you safe. But safety isn't the goal. Growth is. And growth requires trust. Trust that you can handle the discomfort of being someone new. Trust that alignment will feel lighter than resistance. Trust that the version of you on the other side of the decision can carry what you're asking for. The ancient teachers all pointed to the same truth from different angles. Change begins with identity, not effort. They even go as far as to say circumstances don't matter. Your identity and assumption of who you are is what matters. The moment your mindset on that shifts, action stops feeling forced. Momentum feels natural. Progress feels magnetically attracted to you instead of chased. If you feel that familiar tension between where you are and where you know you could be, that tension is a signal. It's telling you that the old identity no longer fits. And the moment you decide who you're becoming, the path forward becomes obvious, and the exhaustion that you've been carrying begins to fade.